On the news at 3, President Tinubu urges Nigerians to use newly launched income tax calculator. Customs area controller says ports staying ahead of smugglers, and 41 rescued, 4 dead in Sokoto boat accident. Do you love and care about River State at peace? If yes, let's build and take her to greater height. For this is a task you and I must accomplish. Many thanks for staying on with us. My name is Helen Eric Germany. We are welcoming you to the news 3. Now, the South Zonal Council of the Nigerian Union of Journalists has been charged to checkmate the activities of quacks in a profession to maintain its ethics. Permanent Secretary, River State Ministry of Information and Communications, Dr. Onosirawo, gave the charge when executive members of the union paid him a courtesy visit in his office in Port Harcourt. Melvin Jackson reports that various state council executives are in the entourage of the South Zonal President, Opaka Dokuber. He reports.
Dr. Sirawu hinted that River State has been the hub of journalism in the country, so the visit is a testament that ethical and professional journalism still thrives in the state. He enjoined union members to maximize their energy in reportage that could champion good relationship between the body and the government.
I don't know why to blame the union or to blame those people. If I blame them, the question is how did those licenses get into their hands? Who did it? What that means is that we have to go back and research how we're thinking about it. Journalism is not an uncommon thing. You are either in it or you are not in it. It's a professional setting, just like the legal profession and the medical profession. And we as leaders must, as a matter of principle, sustain that so that we can go to earn the respect that we deserve from various institutions.
The permanent secretary thanked the zonal president and his team for the visit, while also promising the government's support of synergy with the union to achieve set aims of providing solutions to imminent challenges. He advised them to maintain the tempo of discharging their duties as credibly certified journalists.
That you have monitored and shows you have done well. Please continue to keep this to your state. And one thing I want us to say is something we must take seriously. I will not support a situation where people, because you've been elected into offices, you ignore your family responsibility. Let me thank you for coming, and I pray that the meeting will be very successful.
South Zonal President of the Nigerian Union of Journalists, Opaka Dokuber, said that the visit was to intimate the state government of the union's quarterly meeting scheduled to hold at the Rstvlive Press Center in Port Harcourt between Thursday the 21st and Friday the 22nd of August 2025. The South Zonal President, who congratulated Dr. Sirawu on his new appointment as permanent secretary to its mother ministry, commended him for his pragmatic leadership style, which has earned him several appointments in the state and beyond. Dokuber also thanked the government for maintaining peace and order in the state for businesses to thrive, while also providing the enabling environment for journalists to do their job.
It is traditional for us to, each time we gather in any particular state, to actually pay a courtesy visit to the government. So we have come here, especially as our parent ministry, that we are gathering here as leadership of the union from the South region here in Port Harcourt, and then to also exchange a few ideas to express our gratitude to the government for the support that it has extended to the union here in the state.
Melvin Jackson, Rstv News.
Continuing their tour of local governments, Chairman of the River State Local Government Service Commission, Sir Israel Ahmadi, and his commissioners paid visits to Ahoda West, Ogba, Egbema, Ndoni, Ikwere, and Emoha local government areas. The rest of the story is read from our studios.
On their arrival at Ahoda West, members of the commission met a protest from some aggrieved workers who were alleged to have been treated unjustly by the administrator of the council. Addressing the situation, Chairman Ahmadi assured the staff of the commission's commitment to ensuring fairness in line with the directives of the sole administrator of River State Vice Admiral Iborete Ibas retired and outlined the core mandates of the Commission, which include staff promotion, welfare matters, transfers, recruitment, training and retraining, as well as capacity development. The familiarization tour, according to the chairman, is aimed at strengthening staff relations, addressing pressing challenges, and ensuring that the welfare of local government workers across the state remains a priority.
You can overlook, but when it was planted, it came and took. It came a very nice tree. So I beg, work with us, cooperate with us. Whatever is your problem, the Commission is there to solve it. All the LPAs have been allocated to the Commissioners for effective supervision.
At the Emoha local government area, the council administrator, Franklin Ajinwo, explained that some renovation work has been done to provide a conducive working environment for the staff. He assured the Commission of the workers' loyalty and readiness to cooperate with the Local Government Service Commission to achieve set goals. In spite of the challenges at their behest, the visit to Emoha ended on a cultural note as the Commission was warmly received with a traditional dance and presented with 3 live goats as a gesture of appreciation. Administrators and staff of the councils visited expressed excitement at the visit of the Commission. On the contrary, the administrators highlighted challenges they met on the assumption of office, which include lack of office space for workers, vandalization of machinery and equipment, which are currently being renovated. They come
to work regularly, like, you see, when I get the remarks, local government workers don't go to work. I've come to work and to see that it is not the same. It's not the same. Despite the fact that we are a little bit away from town, but the people are always here. They put in their best.
Rotary Club of Port Harcourt Urban has inducted new members into its fold and decoded members of the Board of Directors for the 2025-2026 Rotary Year at its center in Port Harcourt. God's Power annually reports that the unveiling of community service projects was part of the event. Report.
Performing the induction, the district membership chair, District 9141, Rotarian Hermetin Odom, and the district public image chair, Rotarian Veronique Tabai, charged the newly inducted members to ensure that they passionately sacrifice their time, energy, skills, and resources to the service of humanity and society, as well as woo other people into the fold for its sustenance, while appreciating their valuable decision to join the club despite life's challenges, particularly at this critical time of economic meltdown in the country. They described the Rotarians as a group of professionals in all endeavors of life who put service above self. The Rotarians reminded the inducted members of the various benefits associated with being members of Rotary Club, such as special recognition across the globe with a simple symbol of the Rotary pin, connections at all levels, and divine blessings, among other benefits.
We have more ideas, we have more energy, we have more perspectives in our clubs, we have more diversity in our clubs. So we're always excited when we see members like this.
You need to ensure that you steer the ship till you cross the finish line. The members of this club and all of us are actually looking up to you to ensure that your club does well.
Charter President of the Rotary Club of Port Harcourt Urban, Rotarian Emmanuel Idoniboye, promised to assist the new executive within the 2025-2026 Rotary year, while the President, Rotarian Don Orosenye, unveiled the community service projects for the Rotary year and assured of leading by example.
We should strive and build on the successes already gained in this club and ensure that he leaves the club at the end of his tenure better than he met it.
Let us create memories that will inspire not only us, but generations to come. Together, we will write the story of service, compassion, and transformation that will remain a proud chapter in the history of the Rotary of Port Harcourt.
The usual fanfare of cutting of the induction cake, decoration of members of the board of directors, a raffle draw, and presentation of prizes to deserving members added color to the event. God's Power Anele, Rstv News.
Moving on, President Bola Tinubu has urged Nigerians to try a newly launched personal income tax calculator that estimates how much will be paid under the tax reforms his administrations recently signed into law. The president said the calculator allows the citizens to compare their estimated tax under the proposed reforms with current rates and ensure a clear understanding of the impact on individual incomes. Tinubu said the reforms, which take effect from January 2026, are intended to establish a fair tax system that never punishes poverty or weighs down the most vulnerable. The National Emergency Management Agency said the Joint Response Team has confirmed the rescue of 41 persons and 4 deaths from the recent boat mishap in Goroya, Sokoto State. The agency, in a statement signed by the agency's head of press unit, Manzo Ezekiel, said the increase in fatalities followed the recovery of an additional body earlier on Friday. Funeral prayer was observed in line with Islamic rites, and a body was immediately laid to rest. The visit provided an opportunity to verify the number of persons still missing and to commiserate with families who lost their loved ones during the visit. It was also confirmed that 16 persons had survived the mishap. Meanwhile, the Director General of NEMA, Mrs. Zubaida Omar, commended the rescue team for their diligence and the collective effort of all stakeholders towards the success of the operation. From Customs, we bring this report that the Customs Area Controller of Apapa Port Command, Controller Babatunde Olomu, has said the command was committed to staying ahead of smugglers by leveraging intelligence and ensuring strict enforcement of regulations to prevent the importation of prohibited items. Speaking at a meeting with the Director, Inspection and Enforcement Directorate of the National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control, NAFDAC, Dr. Martin Ilu Yomade Olomu said that the command's proactive stance is crucial in thwarting the activities of smugglers. According to him, smugglers have recently resorted to employing new tactics such as using fake registration numbers and making false declarations to bypass security checks. However, he assured that these deceptive methods have consistently failed due to the vigilance and effectiveness of customs enforcement operations. He told the NAFDAC boss, who doubles as chairman of the Federal Task Force on Fake, Substandard Drugs and Unwholesome Food, that Apapa Command is very committed to the implementation of the Memorandum of Understanding between the Controller General of Customs and the Director General of NAFDAC, aimed at preventing smuggling of items under the agency's regulatory purview, while urging NAFDAC to expedite action in evacuating handed over containers from the port. The area controller assured that efforts will be sustained to achieve arrest of suspects and handle them over with the seizures. The CAC added that arresting the persons involved in the act is a major step to demobilize the human element influence in the smuggling supply chain cycle and deter others from such illegal activities. Do you love and care about rural state and our peace? If yes, let's build and take her to greater height, for this is a task you and I must accomplish. Still to come, Sri Lanka's former president Ranil Wickremesinghe arrested for misuse of funds. J1 claims being copied by Nigerian music artists, and in sports, Eberechi is said to be Arsenal's third highest transfer. Go nowhere. We'll return back shortly.
I need the police that can respond to emergencies first.
I want the equipment I need to do my job.
I want a police that won't harass or arrest me for no just reason.
I want to be valued for my work, not feared by honest people.
I want a police that won't ask me anything for the boys.
I want a decent salary that is paid on time.
If it happen with good laws,
proper funding,
training,
and cooperation.
If it happen.
If it happen.
If it happen.
This is Rstv World News. We bring you world-class news, accurate, first-hand, entertaining, balanced analysis. Rstv, Channel 22 Port Harcourt.
Welcome back. From Colombia, we bring this report that at least 18 people have been killed and dozens wounded in two separate attacks in Colombia, deepening the country's most serious security crisis in decades. 6 people died and more than 60 were injured after a car bomb exploded on a busy street in the western city of Cali in Colombia. Earlier on Thursday, a separate drone attack against a police helicopter killed at least 12 people in rural area outside the northwestern city of Medellin. The attacks attributed to different dissident factions of the new defunct Revolutionary Armed Forces of Colombia group pose fresh challenges to Colombia's fragile peace processes ahead of the elections next year. In the wake of both attacks, the president and the military leadership announced they would lead a Security Council meeting to define additional protection measures for citizens. Defense Minister Pedro Sanchez called the blast a terrorist attack and blamed the narco cartel alias Modisco, referring to FARC guerrilla leader Ivan Modisco. Addressing the separate attack on the police helicopter, President Gustavo Petro said the aircraft was on a mission to eradicate cocoa leaf crops, a main ingredient in cocaine. Colombia has experienced a rise in violence in recent months involving a clash between security forces and dissident rebels, paramilitaries, or drug gangs. Now, the top diplomat of the European Union has warned against pushing Ukraine to give up territories to Russia as part of a future peace deal. Speaking in her first UK interview since EU leaders joined Donald Trump's White House peace talks with Ukraine, Kaja Kallas said that letting Russia keep Ukrainian territories was a trap that Putin wants us to walk into. The Donbas region in eastern Ukraine has long been contested by Russia, with military aggression forcing 1.5 million Ukrainians to flee over the past decade. Ukraine has consistently rejected conceding Donbas to Kremlin in exchange for peace, though Trump stressed the need for swapping of territories. Leaders from key EU countries, including France, Germany, Italy, and Finland, joined Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky for talks at the White House last week, days after Trump hosted Russian President Vladimir Putin in a military base in Alaska. Meanwhile, Trump on Thursday set a 2-week time frame for evaluating peace talks between Russia and Ukraine. 11 different locations in Ukraine were hit, killing at least 1 and injuring more than a dozen in the western city of Kyiv, close to the Polish border. A number of European leaders earlier echoed EU and Ukrainian views about Putin's unwillingness to engage with a peace deal. Still on the foreign scene, Israel's defense minister says Gaza City will be destroyed if Hamas does not agree to disarm and release all hostages. Israel's comment came after Israeli cabinet approved plans for a massive assault on Gaza City despite widespread international and domestic opposition. Hamas agreed to a proposal by Qatari and Egyptian mediators for a 60-day ceasefire, which according to Qatar would see the release of half of the remaining hostages in Gaza. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has rejected this, saying he had instructed negotiations to begin for the release of all remaining hostages and an end to war in Gaza on terms accepted to Israel. Israel believes that only 20 of the 50 hostages are still alive after 22 months of war. Israeli media has cited an Israeli official as saying negotiators will be dispatched for renewed talks once the location has been determined. During a visit to Gaza Division's headquarters in Israel, Netanyahu said he had instructed to immediately begin negotiations for the release of all hostages. Both cities have been reduced to ruins following Israeli military operations. The IDF has warned medical officials and international organizations to prepare for the planned evacuations of Gaza City's entire population of 1 million residents to shelters in the south before troops move in. Gaza's Hamas-run health ministry said it rejected any step that would undermine what remains of the health system. The UN has said intensifying attacks and relentless bombardment in Gaza City are causing a high number of civilian casualties and large-scale destruction, and aid groups have vowed to stay to help those who cannot or choose not to move. There are fears that the new military campaign in Gaza City will deepen the humanitarian crisis. The UN-backed Integrated Food Security Phase classification said that the worst-case scenario of famine was playing out in Gaza. Now, from Sri Lanka comes this report that Sri Lanka's former president, Ranil Wickremesinghe, has been arrested in connection with the alleged misuse of funds. The charge relates to trips he took abroad while serving as president. He is due to appear in a magistrate court in the capital, Colombo, having already given a statement to the Criminal Investigations Department earlier in the day. Wickremesinghe served as president from 2022 to 2024, stepping into the role after the country's worst ever economic crisis triggered a popular uprising caused his predecessor, Gotabaya Rajapaksa, to flee. He was widely credited with helping put the island nation back on the road to economic recovery. Wickremesinghe also served 6 separate terms as prime minister from the 1990s onwards. The 79-year-old made 23 foreign trips during his time as president at a cost of more than 600 million rands or $2 million or 1.4 million pounds. His arrest relates to a stopover made in the UK in 2023 on Wickremesinghe's way back from a G77 summit in Cuba, news agencies report. On this occasion, he and his wife attended a University of Wolverhampton ceremony. Sri Lanka's CID alleged this was a private visit for which state funds were used, something Wickremesinghe has denied. On entertainment, Nigerian singer J1 has claimed that both Nigerian gospel and Afrobeat artists are copying the template of his 2012 hit song this year. Adanim Imo tells us more on this and other entertainment stories.
The singer J1 has made claim that both Nigerian gospel and Afrobeat singers are copying the template of his hit song last year. He slammed the Billboard for excluding the song from its best Afrobeat songs of all time list. He also argued that no song on the list has more cultural impact than his hit song this year. Tanzanian singer Juma Jux and his Nigerian influencer wife Priscilla Ojo have shared the exciting news of their baby boy's arrival with fans and friends. The couple, who recently tied the knot, hosted a vibrant gender reveal party attended by loved ones and fellow celebrities. During the event, Juma Jux expressed his desire for a baby girl, while Priscilla joyfully anticipated having a baby boy. The moment was filled with jubilation as the parents-to-be celebrated with excitement and affection. The Nigerian police force has issued a statement dismissing a viral wanted notice about Nollywood actress Iyabo Ojo, which was widely circulated on social media, claiming Iyabo Ojo was wanted by the Office of the Inspector General of Police Monitoring Unit. The police emphasized the importance of verifying information only through official MPF communication channels before sharing or reacting to news to avoid being misled by fake news. Award-winning rapper Lil Nas X has been arrested after an altercation with police in Los Angeles. Police officers were called to Ventura Boulevard at 5:30 a.m. on Thursday after reports of a man walking down the street in his underwear. After officers arrived at the scene, the Black American singer was placed under arrest on suspicion of battery. He was then taken to hospital for treatment for a possible overdose. The rapper is expected to release his much-anticipated second studio album, Dream Boy, later this year. Adanim Imo, Rstv Entertainment News.
Thank you, Adanim there. And on sports, Eberechi Eze is set to become Arsenal's third highest transfer in their history. The 27-year-old will undergo his medicals and complete a £67.5 million switch from Crystal Palace. Chiamaka Loveday tells us more.
Arsenal has successfully hijacked Tottenham's move for the player after matching their offer on Wednesday. However, they have paid more for Declan Rice to take him from West Ham in the summer of 2023. The top 5 most expensive signings are completed by Kai Havertz, €65 million, and Victor Gyökeres, €63.5 million, who were signed from Chelsea and Sporting CP respectively. Nigerian Basketball Federation has announced Port Harcourt, Rivers State as one of the 4 venues for the upcoming 2025 Nigerian Basketball Premier League. Addressing to all participating clubs, the NBBF confirmed Port Harcourt as the sole city to host both Phase 1 and Phase 2 of the game. All teams are expected to arrive at their respective venues between 26th and 27th August, with matches scheduled from 28th August to 3rd September, which will be followed by a rest period before the commencement of the intergroup phase. The intergroup phase, set for 24th September to 5th October, will again see Port Harcourt host all 8 teams in the Atlantic Conference. The latest development means Port Harcourt Rivers State will host Premier League basketball games for the 3rd consecutive year, having also hosted the finals of the 2023 and 2024 NBPL seasons. Chelsea is looking to complete 13 deals before the summer transfer window slams shut on September 1st. However, they are trying to sign Xavi Simons from RB Leipzig and Alejandro Garnacho from Manchester United, but they will need to offload both Nicholas Jackson and Christopher Nikombo before they can embark on the deal. Academy graduates Trick George will also be allowed to explore both loan and permanent moves away from Stamford Bridge, which bring it to a total of 5 deals, but defender Aaron Aselmilo will also be allowed to leave on loan, with Dortmund believed to be interested. In total, Chelsea wants to sign, sell and loan 13 players in the 12 remaining days. Chiamaka Loveday, Rstv Sports News.
And that's it on the news at 3. Many thanks for staying with us. My name is Helen Eric Gemino. Good afternoon.
Rstv, bring you the news as it is.